Hello everyone, this is Lolly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about playing cards. I've always loved playing cards since I was a little girl, and I used to play solitaire for hours on end. I'm just not realizing how dirty this is, sorry. I have several playing cards that I use for crafting, and I tend to pick up playing cards when I go to thrift stores. So I just been thinking about how I want to have a way to maybe keep one or two of each pack that I'm using for crafting in like a display form. But I didn't want to use the page protectors that are for the baseball cards or for that we're using for pocket letters. They do fit in here just fine, but it's just larger than what I wanted. I wanted something a little more compact. So what I decided to do was use this binder. A while ago I was showing this clearance that I had gotten. This is actually Goodwill. This is one of my thrift store hauls. And it was 99 cents, and I got a few of these. They're brand new, and it's a 3-ring binder. So I decided to cut this down into shape. And so what I'm doing, I'm going to use some junky scissors here. I'm taking the top left 4 squares here. Well, not squares, but rectangles. So what I'm going to do is cut this strip off first, and I'm going to cut it below the seal line there, so that the bottom of these are still sealed. And then what this gives me, by doing this, what this gives me is a 3-pocket page protector. And some people are using these to make mini pocket letters. So this is a cute way to, it's a good way to reuse that. So I have this, let me turn it back the right way now. Okay, so now I have 6, but I still want these 2 cut off. So I'm going to cut to the right of the seal line here. So what I have here is 2 pockets that are sealed on the right and on the bottom. On the right and on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and cut these apart under the seal line on the top one. So now I have 2 of these, and although they are still open on 2 ends, they would still be great for sending my passbook stamps to friends as a little bit of a way of protecting it in the envelope. So that's just a thought there. If you're not familiar with passbook stamps, it's a new form of crafting. I will give you the links down below. So that's how you can reuse all of these things. You can also use this to send artist trading cards. So now I have this, but the holes are in the wrong place. So what I did was I measured from here to here on this brand. Now your brand may be different, and it's about 7 inches. So I did this 1 1/4 inches. I cut 1 1/4 inches by 7 inches. Then I scored it midway, and at 1 1/4 inches, it's 5/8 of an inch. Or what you can do is look at your scoreboard, and it's 1 notch after the 1/2 inch. So let's just kind of get that ready. What I'm going to do is put score tape or double-sided adhesive along this. You'll see I have too much hanging off the end, so I just fold that under. There. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to lay it up to but not on the score line there. Now I can fold that over and press that. Now what that gives me is a new binding on that to be able to punch new holes in it. So what I had done was I had taken a strip of cardstock, and I had laid it across here and measured where my holes were, so that now all I have to do is lay it across here and mark them. And I'm using this, the Crocodile, because it will punch through the plastic. You can use any hole punch as long as it is sharp. If you're having problems with your hole punch being dull, you could try punching through a little bit of really fine sandpaper. But the benefit of having this paper strip there, which is why I do it, is that it enables you to punch through this rubbery page protector a lot easier than if there wasn't any paper there. So that's why I add that on there. So now I have another one, and I can stick my cards in there. So what attracts me to cards is either the fronts or the backs are unique. This is just slapjack, but I loved that king there. And this, of course, Hello Kitty, had to do that. And the cards are pink, which is unusual. These are the Russian nesting dolls. Love that. And so I'm only putting one in each sleeve so that I can see the fronts and the backs. You can see when this is shut that, you know, they're fully contained inside there. And so these are the other ones that I want to put in there. And I also have some little ones. So I'm putting them into here as I'm getting ready to stick them in there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about my tiny ones. I also have some cards that are odd shaped. But I'm just really happy with finally, because I was looking online, I wasn't finding anything as a means for storing, you know, collectible cards that I liked. So this is really exactly what I was looking for. So then I thought about I would do something for the cover here. I have this jumbo Mickey playing card, and I think I'll adhere that here. You'll notice that many times the card that's my favorite is the 8, and that's because 8 is my favorite number. So I will tend to, if I'm not enamored with the King, Queen, Ace, etc., or Jack or Joker, then I will select the 8. So I am going to stick this into the cover on the front, and while I'm doing that, I'll talk to you. I also have, besides all the playing cards that I have for crafting with, I have just a lot of playing cards that are for playing. In other words, entire decks. So if you are interested, oh, I just stuck that to that. Oh well, I'll have to fix that. If you are interested in seeing those, stay tuned after this portion of the video and you can see my playing cards collection. There you go. Now it's pretty obvious what is inside this container. Okay, now to show you my playing card collection. Okay, so first off, I have this box, which I keep in the family room, so anyone can pick these up and start playing with them. One turn deserves another. Nothing specifically exciting about this deck and about the decks that are in here. It was just, I love lavender. This had lavender in it, and it's just a nice way of having cards handy for others to play with. This one, again, nothing extremely exciting about. It's just that I have had this deck of cards, and it's cigarettes. It's Benson and Hedges old cigarettes. I've had this deck of cards since I was probably about 13. So yeah, it's ancient. And this is the deck that, and I always took good care of my cards, so they're in really good shape. And this is the one that I played solitaire on for years and years. And I have the little tiny ones. I don't know why it's in this. The tiny bicycle ones. And I used to take these to school. And we would play card games during our lunch break. Okay. And again, nothing exciting about this one. It's just some trees, some winter trees. But I've just had them for so long. Some of these, like I said, it's just, you know, memories. Nevada Crossing, it's a casino. I don't know how they came into my possession. They're very old. They're the wider kind, as you can see right there, sticking out. So there's bridge and there's poker cards, and these are the wider ones. I didn't care for these too much because the red is more like a brick red, kind of a burnt color. Not my favorite. The Minion cards, the grandkids stepped on the metal playing case. So it's kind of, it's bent up. I tried to pound it out as best I could. So these are the Minion ones. They are very different. Little decorations on every card. Pretty cute. And this is ancient, an old deck of Snoopy. I think I've had this probably since junior high. And they show it. They're very worn. And another Snoopy deck that I've had for years. You can see it says it's from Steph. So my daughter gave this to me years ago. And these are written on low and high. No. Okay, and then of course I just have a couple of regular decks in there. And this one, I was enthralled with these when I saw them. I thought, how cute is that? They're so easy to hold in your hand. But sometimes we need to consider how hard it is to shuffle cards. Yeah, and these are really impossible to shuffle. So are round cards and things like that. And I have plastic cards. Now, plastic, I also don't care for the color of these too much. They're nice and slick. They shuffle well, they deal well, but they slide all over. So they're not plastic coated like all of these. They're plastic. So they're 100% plastic, which is nice because if you play games while, you know, having beverages at the table, then those ones you can just wipe clean. Okay, next set. Now this container I bought in Haiti. It holds 2 decks. And I have also plastic cards in here as well. So there's 2 decks, and they have, it's important to me that they have different covers. And that's because when you're playing double solitaire, you need to be able to break the cards up into 2 decks again. Also, I have the scoring information for playing canasta that I keep in there. But I haven't had a canasta partner in a long time. Okay, now... And I realize I didn't go through all the cards that I'm saving 1 or 2 of to show you in my crafting ones. Okay, and this my daughter gave me for my birthday. It's got 2 full decks in it, and then the one over here was a partial deck, and so I took that one out for crafting purposes. These are interesting. I got these for my birthday. My daughter gave them to me. You can see they're very unusual shape. And I think there was some instruction to go with this. And I remember her saying she forgot to give me the link on them, but they're very interesting cards. And look at that. So I haven't played with those yet. These are cards, by the way, in this set that I just have in my own personal stash that I don't have upstairs in the family collection. And I have Pooh. And look at the ace. Isn't he cute? So they're all adorable. So maybe some cards that I'm afraid of losing I will put in this collection here. This one, there's a bookstore that I go to now and then. It has these beautiful, beautiful cards. And you can see the difference. There's the 2 decks right there. They're birds. But look at the inside. There's the jokers. So the face cards, the artwork is beautiful, and I love it. The clubs, and aces, the spades. I mean, they're unusual shapes. I love that about cards. I sold these in my shop for a while, and I saved myself a deck because they're so fun. Oh man, I sold over 20 decks of these. It says God has the power to heal, and they're shaped like a Band-Aid. And so there's the Joker. And so instead of, you know, the hearts, diamonds, clubs, and spades, they're mountains and snowflakes and like an emergency kit, first aid kit backpack, and a climbing rope. Those are the suits in the deck. This has not been opened. It's $1.50. I think I got it at like Michael's. I know on eBay there are people that sell individual cards. You see it's pretty cheaply made. So they're not like an expensive deck. They were $1.50. They've got marks on them, but they're still really cute. Anyway, on eBay, I noticed that card collectors will trade and sell cards on there. This one, I had gone to the thrift store, and I had found a partial deck of cards like this. I was in love because these are, let me show you compared to this. This is a standard side card, and look how it's even skinnier than that. They're very narrow, and they have a good feel in the hand. So I was really excited about that. And so I had to search online and find a whole deck. It's Milanese. It's, I think they're Italian. Anyway, they were hard to find. I got a whole deck of that. And then 2 more. And this one is Steampunk. I got this at Barnes & Noble, I believe. See, look at the backs of them. And they're Bicycle brand, but their Steampunk is the Bicycle Steampunk. I don't know, I was looking on eBay for something and I found these gold playing cards. They are very slick. Look at this. Can you see that glimmer? The back of them has this like a holographic pattern on the back, and they're gold edged on here. And then the cards themselves, all of them have this gold sheen to them. These are amazing. I don't know how well they'll hold up, you know, in play after a while. But I have a deck for playing, and I've also shared many of the cards from that deck. So I probably only have 1/4 of a deck left of that one. Okay, let me see if I can find that one card to show you. So this is like, these were given to me by one of my followers. That one and this one. These were given to me by one of my followers. Then I have this in my crafting. This is a $100 bill playing card. I have some of the gold ones in there. I got these at a thrift store. I just love them. And the, look at the little point on the spade. And I just love the beauty of these. I found these in a thrift store, but they were not full decks. But look at them. So gorgeous. This is just a train. I got that in a thrift store. I got several decks of Norman Rockwell that had not been opened. But you can see the size comparison here, how skinny that is. Very, very slender profile. So those are my collections of cards for using in crafting and playing cards. And just, I'm an addict, what can I say? So I just love them. To me, they're like a little piece of art. And that's also why I like Passbook Pals and Passbook Stamps, because it's a little piece of art that I can mail to a friend. Okay, thank you for watching, and leave me any questions and comments down below.